Have you ever looked at the face of someone you love, perhaps a grandchild running toward you or a partner sitting across the table, and noticed the details seem to be slipping away? The sparkle of an eye, the lines of a smile, the little moments that make life so rich, blurring as though a foggy window had suddenly come between you and the world. That's the cruel trick cataracts play. They don't just dim the lights, they steal connection, independence, and joy one hazy morning at a time. And the truth is, by age 75, more than half of us will face this silent thief. But what if the path forward didn't have to be surgery or surrender? What if, while you slept, your body could quietly repair and protect your sight? I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Ageless Garden. Here's something I want you to hear clearly. Vision loss is not just an inevitable part of getting older. Yes, cataracts are common, but your body has more power to protect and heal itself than most people realize. The key isn't in an expensive pill or a complicated procedure. It's in the food you choose to place on your plate. Real food, the kind your grandmother might have recognized, carries nutrients that act like repair crews for your eyes. And when you close your eyes at night, your body doesn't switch off. It rebuilds. With the right fuel, your lens and retina can fight back against the damage that causes cloudy vision. That's where certain fish come in. They aren't just tasty, they're scientifically proven to deliver the raw materials your eyes need, working quietly while you rest so you can wake with clearer sight and renewed hope. When most people think of salmon, they picture a heart-healthy dinner, maybe grilled with lemon or baked with herbs. But salmon's true magic goes far beyond cholesterol numbers and blood pressure. Inside your eyes, there are delicate cells, photoreceptors, that act like tiny camera sensors, catching light and turning it into the images you see. These cells are fragile, and without the right building blocks, they weaken over time. Salmon provides one of the most important of those building blocks, DHA, a special type of omega-3 fat. Think of DHA as the bricks and mortar for your retina. Without it, the walls crumble. With it, those walls stay strong, sharp, and ready to capture the light of the world around you. But DHA is only half the story. Wild salmon has a secret weapon that gives its flesh that brilliant pink-orange glow, astaxanthin. This compound is one of nature's most powerful antioxidants. If oxidative stress is the wildfire that slowly clouds your lens and ages your retina, astaxanthin is the firefighter rushing in with water. In fact, scientists writing in the journal Marine Drugs in 2020 concluded that astaxanthin could significantly reduce inflammation in the retina and improve blood flow to the optic nerve. That's not theory, that's biology in action. I remember one patient, Judith, who came to me at 71. She had stopped reading her favorite mystery novels because the letters blurred and the words ran together. Glasses helped a little, but not enough. When we looked at her diet, fish was missing almost entirely. I encouraged her to try adding wild-caught salmon 3 nights a week. Nothing complicated. Sometimes broiled, sometimes canned, mixed into a salad. After 2 months, she came back with tears in her eyes, not from sadness, but from joy. "I can finally read the labels on my spice jars again," she told me, laughing at how something so small felt so big. That's the power of salmon. It doesn't promise miracles, but it gives your body the raw tools it needs to defend your vision where cataracts begin, at the cellular level. Each bite delivers omega-3s and antioxidants straight to the retina and lens, protecting them from the oxidative stress of sunlight, pollution, and time itself. And while your body rests at night, those nutrients continue their work, guarding, repairing, and strengthening the windows through which you see your life. If salmon is the king of eye health, then mackerel is the quiet warrior fighting just as fiercely, but without the fanfare. It doesn't often get the spotlight, maybe because it's smaller, less glamorous, and sometimes overshadowed by its larger cousins. Yet inside this humble fish lies a force your eyes desperately need. EPA, another type of omega-3 fat that works hand in hand with DHA. If DHA is the bricks and mortar of your retina, EPA is the skilled repair crew that keeps the blood vessels flexible and the pathways clear, making sure nutrients reach every fragile corner of your eye. Inflammation is the hidden villain behind much of age-related vision loss. It's like rust slowly eating away at a garden gate. You may not notice at first, but over time, It stiffens the hinges and weakens the structure. In your eyes, inflammation stiffens blood vessels, reduces nutrient delivery, and accelerates the damage that leads to cataracts and macular degeneration. EPA from mackerel helps put out that slow-burning fire, calming the tissues so healing can take place. But mackerel doesn't stop there. It carries vitamin D, a nutrient many older adults are quietly deficient in, and selenium, a trace mineral that activates antioxidant defenses inside your lens. Together, they form a shield against the oxidative stress that clouds vision. A meta-analysis published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that people who ate fatty fish like mackerel 3 to 4 times a week showed measurable improvements in retinal function compared to those who didn't. Science is catching up with what traditional diets around the world have long known. Small fish can make a big difference. I think of Edward, a 68-year-old retired teacher who came to me frustrated. He said, "Doc, I can't stand salmon. The taste is too strong." He was worried he'd miss out on the benefits, but he smiled when I asked about mackerel. He'd grown up eating it grilled with lemon and black pepper. So we built his routine around that simple meal, twice a week to start. Within weeks, he told me he was back to doing his crossword puzzles without the milky glare that had haunted him for months. It wasn't dramatic, like flipping a switch, but it was steady progress, vision he could rely on again. That's the gift of mackerel. Affordable, accessible, and packed with eye-healing power, it works quietly behind the scenes. Every bite helps your eyes breathe a little easier, feeding them the nutrients they crave and the protection they deserve. Sardines are often overlooked, sitting quietly on grocery store shelves in small tins, waiting to be noticed. They don't look like much at first glance. Tiny, inexpensive, unassuming. Yet inside those little fish is a treasure chest of nourishment, especially for aging eyes. Sardines are rich in zinc, and zinc is like the delivery driver of your visual system. It shuttles vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it transforms into rhodopsin, the molecule that allows your eyes to detect light in the dark. Without enough zinc, the delivery breaks down. That's why one of the earliest signs of deficiency is night blindness. For older adults, this can mean struggling to see road signs at dusk or feeling unsafe driving at night. Sardines provide a natural way to keep that pathway strong and steady. But zinc is just one part of the story. Sardines also come loaded with vitamin B12, which nourishes your optic nerve, the cable that carries visual information to your brain. Protecting that nerve is essential if you want your eyes to keep sending sharp, reliable signals. And because these fish are eaten whole, bones and all, they provide calcium and phosphorus to support the lens and cornea, the structures that give your eye its shape and focus. It's as if sardines bring a full maintenance team with them, each nutrient working on a different part of the eye to keep everything clear and strong. Perhaps one of the most comforting truths about sardines is their safety. Being small and low on the food chain, they carry very little mercury, which makes them especially suitable for older adults who want to avoid toxins. And convenience matters too. You don't need a fancy recipe. Just open a can, drizzle a little olive oil, and you have a meal that's quietly rebuilding your vision. I'll never forget Marvin, a 73-year-old living on a modest pension. He told me, "Doc, I just can't afford salmon every week." We found a simple routine together: canned sardines with crackers and a slice of tomato 3 times a week. Months later, during his routine eye exam, his optometrist noticed less cloudiness in his lens. Marvin didn't feel like he had discovered a miracle, but he smiled when he said, "It's like someone wiped a bit of fog off the window." For him, that clarity meant reading his morning newspaper again without strain, and that meant independence. That's the quiet power of sardines. They may be small, but they carry within them a remarkable set of nutrients that target the very places where cataracts and vision loss begin. They remind us that sometimes the simplest, humblest foods are the ones that deliver the greatest gifts. Tuna is one of the most familiar fish in America. For many people, it shows up in a simple sandwich or a quick salad, pulled straight from a can in the pantry. It's not exotic, it's not expensive, and maybe that's why its power for your eyes is so often underestimated. Yet inside that can lies a remarkable ally for preserving your vision, especially as the years pass. Like salmon and mackerel, tuna provides the omega-3 fats, DHA, and EPA. But what sets it apart is a lesser-known nutrient called taurine. Taurine is one of the most abundant amino acids in the retina. Think of it as the caretaker of your photoreceptor cells, constantly sweeping the floor, repairing damage, and keeping the environment stable. Without taurine, those delicate cells degenerate quickly and vision fades. With taurine, they stay alive and functional, faithfully converting light into the images you treasure. Research confirms this. In studies with animals, taurine deficiency has been shown to cause severe retinal damage, even cell death. Fortunately, tuna provides a natural dietary source, no supplement bottles required, and there's more. Tuna is also rich in selenium, which works together with vitamin E and other antioxidants to shield your lens from oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of cataract formation. A 2019 paper in the journal Nutrients reported that regular consumption of tuna and other oily fish was linked to a lower risk of both cataracts and age-related macular degeneration in older adults. Science and tradition are saying the same thing. Tuna belongs on your table. Irene, a 67-year-old patient of mine, offered a perfect example. She laughed as she told me, "Doc, I don't have the time or the energy to grill fish every week, but I always have tuna in my cupboard." She began mixing a can of light tuna with Greek yogurt and celery, spreading it on toast 3 times a week. 6 months later, her ophthalmologist noted that the progression of her cataracts had slowed. To Irene, this meant more than a chart note. It meant she could keep driving to her church group in the evenings without fear of oncoming headlights blinding her. The beauty of tuna is its accessibility. Skipjack or light varieties carry lower mercury levels, making them safe for regular use, and the convenience of canned tuna removes nearly every barrier. No excuses, no complicated cooking. Just open, mix, and eat. And while you sleep, your eyes absorb taurine, omega-3s, and selenium, quietly reinforcing their defenses. Tuna might not sound glamorous, but it's dependable, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. Sometimes the simplest ally is the one that walks with you the longest. Now that we've explored the 4 powerful fish, the question becomes, how do you take this knowledge and turn it into a life you can actually live week after week? The good news is, you don't need to eat fish every single day or prepare elaborate recipes to protect your vision. What your eyes crave is consistency, not perfection. That's why I often recommend what I call the 3-night fish routine. It's simple, flexible, and realistic for almost anyone, even if you're cooking for one or living on a tight budget. Here's how it works. You choose 3 nights a week, any nights that fit your rhythm. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or perhaps Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. The specific days don't matter, but your commitment to them does. On those nights, you include one of the 4 fish we've just discussed: salmon, mackerel, sardines, or tuna. Rotate them if you like variety, or stick with your favorite if you prefer routine. The magic lies in regular exposure to those protective nutrients, building up in your system like steady deposits into a savings account for your eyes. Pairing matters too. When you sit down to your plate of fish, think of it as part of a team. Leafy greens like spinach or kale bring lutein and zeaxanthin, pigments that act like sunglasses for your retina. Sweet potatoes and carrots add beta-carotene, which your body can convert into vitamin A, crucial for low-light vision. Even a few slices of avocado help your body absorb the omega-3 fats more efficiently, boosting their effect. Together, these foods form a symphony, each playing a different note to strengthen your eyesight naturally. It's not about a restrictive diet to improve eyesight, but about weaving nourishing, practical foods into your everyday meals. Now, you might be wondering about supplements. Yes, omega-3 capsules or antioxidant tablets can help fill gaps, but they rarely deliver the same combination of cofactors, enzymes, and synergistic compounds that real food carries. A can of sardines or a simple tuna salad isn't just delivering one nutrient. It's delivering a package designed by nature, complete with everything your body needs to recognize and use it properly. And if fish truly isn't an option for you, whether for dietary, ethical, or personal reasons, there are alternatives. Algae-based omega-3 oils can substitute for DHA and EPA, and taurine can be found in some plant sources and fortified foods. The point is not all or nothing. It's about doing what you can, where you are, with what you have. The most rewarding part of this routine is how it fits seamlessly into sleep. While you rest, your body enters repair mode. Cells rebuild, tissues mend, and nutrients are put to work. By feeding your eyes the right ingredients during the day, you're setting the stage for powerful nighttime healing. Imagine waking up not with fear that your world is closing in, but with the confidence that you are actively nourishing your vision, forkful by forkful, night after night. That's the gift of this routine, steady, gentle progress toward clearer sight. Cataracts may feel like a thief in the night, slowly stealing away clarity, freedom, and the small joys that make life rich. But what I want you to remember is this: it is not inevitable. Every meal is a chance to fight back. Every choice an opportunity to protect the light in your world. The four humble fish we've explored, salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, are not magic bullets, but steady allies. And with the simple rhythm of the three-night fish routine, you can nourish your eyes while you sleep, letting nature quietly rebuild what time tries to wear down.